Peace, family. How you doing, kings and queens? I made some vegan, high protein, spelt beef. Yep, I did. Okay, so apparently a lot of the video is missing. I'm not really sure how. Probably trying to multitask and failing at that. Um, so I combined my 3 cups of spelt flour with about 1 1/3 cup of water into the flour. Mix that, mix that, mix that. I formed it into a ball. Here's what I did next. Once I put it, molded it, kneaded it into a ball for maybe about 5 minutes. I took that ball, kept it inside that same container, and I ran the hot water from the sink and I covered my ball with hot water. Okay? Cover your dough ball with hot water and let it sit for about an hour. All right? Now, after you let it sit for about an hour, you're going to begin to start molding it, kind of a soft, gentle kneading process. I don't know where that video went, so let me walk you through it. You're going to start squeezing out all of the starch. When your water starts turning white or gets extremely white colored, sorry, my son kind of tripped up on himself. You're going to drain that water out and you're going to pour more warm water in. You're going to do 2 cycles of warm water. After that, you're going to start doing the cool water. The goal, though, here's the tricky part. As you're squeezing the dough and your water is turning white, it's turning white because all the starch is coming out, because you want that glutinous kind of looking textury type thing. That's the goal, for our dough to turn kind of gluteny. But you're going to keep molding. As you're molding the dough, it's tough because it wants to break apart. Your goal is to just keep it together. So kind of just squeeze gently, just squeeze gently. I promise you the water is not going to stay white. And I think I did it about 9 times where I had to keep squeezing the dough and then pouring out or draining out the water, the starchy water, and then putting in more cool water into that same container that the dough ball is in. And I just kept squeezing a gentle knead kind of thing. And then it formed a glutinous like kind of dough ball, kind of like your meat. It formed like a meat. Yeah. Okay. So just keep gently kneading and squeezing it to get all that starch out of the out of your flour, and then keep going through that process. Like I said, I did it about 9 times. Yeah, about 9 times. And then once it becomes and try and keep it together because it definitely wants to break apart. All right, I can't stress that enough. Your dough is going to want to break apart. You have to keep it together. Just kind of knead, just like that. Just kind of squeeze it, and it's going to take a little bit of time and energy, but just keep it together, squeeze it, and let that starchy water continue to happen. Drain it out, put cool water in, keep doing that until it becomes kind of gluteny, like meaty, kind of textured. um, you're going to have a textured phenomenon. And then from there, I added some ingredients. You can do whatever you want to do in your dry rub. If you, whatever seasonings that you put together and you massage inside of that dough ball, that's what's going to stay in there. I used maybe a cup of coconut sugar. I used some onion powder, some dry sage, some I think I used a little bit of cayenne, just maybe a couple of dashes. Whatever seasonings you have on hand or whatever kind of flavor you're going for. If you want something smoky, try some smoked paprika. And then from there, once I massage that into that gluteny like dough ball, I made a broth. Now, the whole purpose of me making a broth is I took the same um, ingredients that I use to massage into my meat, I guess I should call it, and I put it into about 2 cups of water into a pan with some chopped ginger, chopped onions, some fresh rosemary, thyme, and basil. Just threw that in there with those seasonings, some water, mixed it up. And I took, I forgot to tell you the most important part. After I massage those seasonings into our meat, I just cut it into strips. That's it. Because I was going for beef strips because I wanted to make beef and broccoli. Um, and that's what I did. I did it, and it was amazing. I sautéed it, made some rice on the side. You can use quinoa. I sautéed it with some onions. I only use. Yeah, so I sautéed. Oh, so after I allowed the beef strips to sit in that broth for about 20 minutes. I was careful not to let it boil. But what it does is it kind of really texturizes and solidifies your shape, and it also gives it some extra flavor. You could stop there. You don't even have to do strips. I was going for strips for my beef and broccoli. Um, if you want to do like a turkey loaf or like a loaf kind of thing, you can form that meat however you wanted to do it, however you want to do it. I personally just cut it into strips. Um, and yeah, so I pulled it out of the water, let it dry for a minute, and then I sauteed it with some broccoli. I added some black toasted sesame seeds, some sesame seed oil, and coconut aminos. That was it. It was amazing. I surprised myself. I wasn't like really cool with recording yet because I was kind of just testing it out, but then I was like, I've got to share this. So I hope you guys try it. And if you do, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know, comment below. And if you Love it, like it, and thanks for watching. Peace and love.